this fast-paced society, highly demanding era, we are all knowingly and unknowingly being drawn into a system, okay? A system. Now, when I say a system, I don't mean just laws, regulations, institution. I meant mindset also. We have a certain mindset. We are immobilized by a certain mindset that is created by this systematic culture. So everyone do things a certain way, they think a certain way, we all involuntarily subscribe to a system of thinking and believing. So for instance, if you see the little children, you have your primary sixes, exams coming, PSLE coming. What happens is, your teachers, parents will all be pressing you to study and clear all your mistakes. So this somehow, to you, it becomes like a do or die exams. So it's national exams, everyone trapped in this way of thinking, wanting to do well. And then you have some tuition teachers in the internet, they will just offer crash course. And then children, being pressed to studies and all. So everyone seems to be heading for the same direction. But everyone have different motives. Everyone. Say for the teachers and principal, probably they are doing this for the school track record. And for some people, they try to capitalize on this. And parents, and they are pressing the children to study for their future. And then for the children, probably you just want to get this over with so that you can play for all you want. Okay? So everyone, different motives. And in the midst of that, in the heat of that pressure, everyone just feel differently. Some people feel, no, I don't think I can make it. Very inferior, and some people, they just take I don't care attitude, indifference. And then some just felt they won't be able to make it, and they don't have any way they don't feel they could excel in any way. So they lose all motivation to study and all. So we have that kind. So somehow we see that this is what the world system is doing to everyone. I'm saying that the mindset, the culture is as such. So that's for studies. And if you are a working adult, you live in Singapore, this is a meritocratic system. We are talking about practicality. If some of you are going to get married soon, so if you want to get married, naturally you will start thinking about housing, how to pay off your loans, and then jobs prospect, and later on about children education. Now, everyone seems to be confined to that way of thinking. If you're working adults, and then you're expected to perform, do well, avoid mistakes, and if possible, make money for your company. So everyone is driven there. Everyone seems to be running for something similar, but everyone for different motives. And then that system eventually will bring about some repercussion to the masses of people. Some will feel you're just falling out from the race, Some get emotional. Some have the sense of failure when they couldn't make it and all. So what I'm saying this now, it is very prevalent with us nowadays. And then some of you might say, not necessarily, Pastor, we have seen people who are always so confident in this system. Confident, why? That's because they do well. They did well for most of their exams, and they do well in work. They enjoy the likings of their bosses, their peers. They seem to do well, but that's because they haven't fumbled yet. I've seen very successful people. They got scholarships, they do well in their school, their friends know, but somehow in life, there come a day when they fumbled. They met with some problems they have never met before, relationship issues, they fall out of love, or some parents, they're so excellent, they do so well, but the children can't make it, and didn't do as well as them. Then they start to see their own limitation and fragility. And they didn't expect inferiority, the feeling of indifference, lack of motivation can actually happen to them. Now, what I'm saying is, listen up. It's all caused by this system. And what is this all about? How did the Bible teaches us to see this? This is a belief where we are not brought to think that where is our sense of worth. This is a belief of the world that tells you and I that we humans, we know everything. We can do it. We can make things happen. And just because humans achieve some breakthroughs in medical science, some breakthroughs in technology, just because some of us do better than our peers, we begin to think that we can do everything. We are capable, And that complacency actually drives us to the edge of the cliff. And we can just fall anytime. And people really fall. And they never find themselves back again. You get what I mean? That is the system. That's the thing. But of course, there are very smart people who think through about life. And then they say, hey, come on. If you fail in life, that's life. Pick yourself up again. Try again. That's what your teachers will say. That's what the positive thinkers will say. That's what the politicians will say. But you see, what I'm saying here is, although it's a sensible thing to say, that's life, but that doesn't nail the problem in the root. We must understand, the Bible is telling us the root problem. The Bible points us to the root. What is the root? What is this system all about? This is a godless system, godless culture. It's man-centric. It focuses on man. It gives glory to man. What men know and what you can do, what you are able to achieve, everything. It's a disbelief culture where people believe humans can do everything. So they want things for themselves. And then with that, all they would want is to acquire things. We want to acquire. And don't talk about our limitation or fragility. No, don't give in to your destiny. Keep acquiring. But little people know when they put their minds in just acquiring, they're actually very fearful. Now, what do you think? People just want to acquire money, acquire knowledge, acquire success, acquire fame. They just want to acquire all those things. Why? Because they're afraid of losing. They're afraid of losing out. You get what I mean? So it's like people would start thinking about building their nest egg, acquire knowledge, qualifications, and there's nothing wrong with all these things. But the thing is, they're acquiring it for themselves so that to feel safe and secure. Even an atheist or whether it's a God believer, people are choosing things for themselves. This is the root problem I'm talking about. Root problem. We are all living in this system with this mindset. Get used to this culture. But now what did the Bible tell us? That's why when God came to us with his salvation given by God, is not just to save us from the eternal damnation. Salvation from God, listen up, is also to bring us out of this system. It is to equip you with a belief to think out of this system, to see things and pursue life with a different mindset, heavenly mindset. That's why as remnants of this era, every time we just gather together and we sing praises to the Lord and we say we pray for this era. Now, just when you say that, you must equip yourself with a out of this system way of thinking.